ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور.
Of Allah, good evening and welcome to this hour's news. I'm Suleiman Talash and this is RTA News. Today is 30th of September 2024. Maulavi Abdul Kabir, political deputy of the Prime Minister of the Islamic Emirate, met with a number of tribal leaders of Charkh district of Logar province. In this meeting, the tribal leaders who came asked for the construction of schools in madrasas, roads and retaining walls in this district, and the solution to the problems of communication network in the mentioned area. Maulavi Abdul Kabir, the political deputy of the Prime Minister, expressed his gratitude to the tribal leaders. The political deputy of the Prime Minister added that the Islamic Emirate considers all Afghans equal and considers it their responsibility to serve all Afghans without discrimination. Maulavi Abdul Kabir assured these tribal leaders that their problems will be shared with the relevant institutions for the purpose of solving them. Maulavi Amir Khan Muttaqi, Foreign Minister, met with Haider Farman, head of Asian Olympic Sports Affairs and World Cyrus Federation, and his delegation. In this meeting, Maulavi Amir Khan Muttaqi recalled the progress of sports in the country and the recent successes of Afghanistan's national cricket and futsal teams, and asked the delegation to share the current situation and facts in Afghanistan with the world. On the other hand, Mr. Farman appreciated the support of the Islamic Emirate to Afghan athletes and promised to share the true picture of the state of sports in Afghanistan with the international sports organizations. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation and the Indonesian Embassy in Kabul signed a memorandum of understanding to support Afghan women. Officials of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation say that the main purpose of the agreement is to improve women's economic conditions and their ability to help their families. We have more in this report.
We ask Allah Almighty to reward and to bless this project. And once again, we'd like to thank Republic of Indonesia for their support. And we greatly appreciate being part of this noble cause. The OIC, represented by the organization's mission in Afghanistan, will implement the projects in coordination with the relevant ministries and agencies in Afghanistan. This project will support the empowerment of Afghan women in rural areas as well as in urban areas through livelihood projects. The overall aim is to enhance women's economic conditions and their ability to contribute to their families and to create sustainable development of their communities.
A meeting chaired by Nuruddin Azizi, Minister of Industry and Commerce, and attended by representatives of Kabul Municipality, Environmental Protection Department, and Ministry of Urban Development and Housing discussed the development of Polycharkhid Industrial Park. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce says that a technical committee was appointed at the meeting to visit the site and examine its technical issues. In order to prevent hoarding and control the price of food items, employees of the Ministry of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Voice and Hearing Complaints monitored 362 markets and shops in 22 districts of Kabul. The employees of this ministry added during this monitoring while developing for businessmen regarding harboring and price control that all businessmen observe justice when selling their goods and refrain from hoarding. It's worth mentioning that the employees of this ministry increased their efforts in the field of price control and prevention of hoarding after the approval of the law of the Ministry of Propagation of Virtue and Prevention of Vice. World Heart Day was celebrated by the Ministry of Public Health in Kabul. During this gathering, the officials of the Ministry of Public Health said that 21% of deaths in Afghanistan are caused by heart disease, and the Islamic Emirate is committed to treating heart disease in addition to treating various diseases in the country. Let's see more in this report.
World Heart Day was celebrated by the Ministry of Public Health in Kabul. The Deputy of Health Services of the Ministry of Public Health said in his remarks on the occasion of International Heart Day that 21% of deaths in Afghanistan are caused by heart diseases.
The leadership of the Ministry of Public Health wishes all its international partners to continue working shoulder to shoulder with the Ministry of Public Health and providing quality health services to the people.
At the same time, the officials of the World Health Organization assure cooperation in prevention, control and elimination of non-communicable diseases.
WHO is committed to extend full technical support to MOPH in their efforts to prevent, control, diagnose, manage, and treat non-communicable diseases, especially on cardiovascular.
The World Health Organization is trying to continue its cooperation with other countries in prevention, control, and elimination of non-communicable diseases in Afghanistan. On the other hand, some health experts say that since the Islamic Emirate took power for the second time, the Ministry of Public Health has supported the health sector and provided them with opportunities to treat heart diseases and perform complex operations inside the country.
For cardiac operations, all the equipment needed was purchased. Unfortunately, 3 ASD and VSD cardiac operations were successfully performed in this hospital. The purpose of celebrating World Heart Day is to raise awareness for people. Just one word. We want to tell the people of our society about their heart, about its activity, value, and structure of heart, and make them take care of it themselves.
Due to the low level of treatment for heart, cancer, and mental diseases in Afghanistan, every year thousands of Afghans went to foreign countries, especially Pakistan and India. Attention to this section increased, and currently operations for such diseases are carried out inside the country.
The Ministry of National Defense says that 22 military vehicles have been repaired and ready for use by the officials of the Technical Directorate of the 5th Brigade of the 313th Central Corps in Maidan Wardak province. The ministry said that the repaired vehicles include 19 Rangers, 2 armored tanks, and 1 ambulance, and they are ready to use after repair. The Kabul police chief says that a factory of wine was discovered and destroyed in the city. The press office of the Kabul police chief said that 100 liters of wine were seized in the operation, and 3 employees of the factory were also arrested by the 4th district. The construction of a water supply network worth more than 4 million Afghans in Ghazni province was completed and inaugurated. The Ministry of Rural Rehabilitation and Development says that the network was built with the financial support of BHA, Humanitarian Assistance, through the Rural Rehabilitation and Development Directorate, which has provided safe drinking water to 900 families. The Disaster Preparedness Directorate of Paktia province distributed food and non-food aid to 10 families affected by the recent storms in the Patan district of the province. According to local officials, the aid includes flour, rice, oil, sugar, beans, and a number of other items. In another initiative in Daikundi province, food was distributed to 357 displaced families and those affected by natural disasters by the province's Disaster Preparedness Directorate. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.